Lengthy bench, so important in the NBA.
It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. On the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Goga Bitadze is out there with Banchero, and it's Suggs in at the point guard position. Suggs against Edwards. Right side, Alexander Walker. From the corner, it's rebounded by Bitadze.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Suggs outside. Over to the wing. Banchero against McDaniels. Here's Wagner. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Nails it from three.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Suggs, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Offensive rebound, Bitadze. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. The Timberwolves have gone 1 for 3 so far. For 3, Randall. Orlando grabs the miss. Allie LaForce had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Allie, what do you have to say?
I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. We'll have to be disciplined tonight, BA.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. And Carroll with it. Now Alexander Walker defending. Wagner finds Banchero. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Gets the three to fall.
Yeah, there's not much Banchero can't do in the pick-and-roll set. He's comfortable as the roller or with the ball in his hands.
Oh, got that one up quick.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Back to Suggs. And he jams it home with authority.
And how about the leaping ability of Suggs? Getting off the floor with such ease.
Coach, you look at someone like Jalen Suggs. Man, has he improved his shot.
Yeah, Brian, I think you've always loved the effort that he brings at the defensive end of the floor. But now he's a much more efficient shooter, much more decisive, and really understands his role.
Reed, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Alexander Walker, the pass to Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
And Carroll passes to Suggs. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Wagner outside. 6 on the shot clock. Driving inside. Here's Bitadze. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Timberwolves trail by 6. Reed for 3. Drops in the 3. Reed's got 8.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
The 3 from Suggs. And Carroll finds Suggs, and he drives in.
Big but quick. Suggs so powerful off the drive.
A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
Outside Edwards. That three's off the mark.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Crafty move. Pass to Wagner. To the middle. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Fires from deep. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Ooh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
Reed sets a screen. Outside McDaniels. Edwards with it. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the line for him here, and he makes the first. That one's no good. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Orlando ahead. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. We've got Paolo Banchero. He's out there with Mo Wagner. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the shooting guard position. To the inside. Randall on the screen. Edwards for 3. It's rebounded by Banchero. Orlando trailing here. And stolen by Edwards. Tipped. In transition, the Magic on the run. Here's Wagner. Nice move. And the layup is up and in.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Edwards. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one on Banchero.
Well, look, Edwards doesn't back down from anyone. He embraces getting physical on the way up.
Looking at lineups around the league, Grant. Seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. Randall, good.
Yeah, excellent work in pick and roll. Now, Randall looking crafty at creating for himself there.
Magic trail by 3. And Caro in the post. McDaniels covering. Wagner inside, working on McDaniels. And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Orlando making a switch here.
Substitution on court.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Minnesota on D. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. Edwards with it. Now guarded by Suggs. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Randall. 5 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Now it's a 5-point Minnesota lead. And it's Wagner off the drive. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet We still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And, Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
The Timberwolves have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. McDaniels from long range drills it from deep. McDaniels got his second bucket on the night.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
They set the pick. Black passes to Isaac. And the dunk by Isaac.
And that was a big man play by Isaac, going in with intention and dunking it.
Pass to Randall. Now Edwards. Randall, a screen on Suggs. Now here's Alexander Walker. And there's the drive. Reid with it. It's McDaniels on the wing. Back to Reid. It's McDaniels on the wing. Here's Edwards. Puts up a 3. Outside for Randall. McDaniels from long range. Counted from distance. McDaniels got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, an underrated passer. Randall has a nice feel for the game and is willing to keep his teammates involved.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Black. No points so far. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Miller. Pass to Conley. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 2. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming? Out of the half. They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Rudy Gobert is out there with Miller. Then there's Mike Conley. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Clark in at the 3. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Here's Banchero. Paolo Banchero flushing it home.
Ooh, getting up there. I mean, Banchero wants everyone to know he's a threat to hammer it down.
And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Caldwell-Pope. DiVincenzo driving, and the bucket is good. DiVincenzo's gotten his first points in this one.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Here's Black. DiVincenzo covering.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that. Puts so much pressure on the defense.
The shot no good.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Banchero against Miller. Beyond the arc. Pure from three-point range. And now a three-point Orlando lead.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
Conley finds Gobert. DiVincenzo with it. Picked by Gobert. Lets it go from deep. And DiVincenzo hits from deep. DiVincenzo's got 5.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And Banchero gets it to go.
Responding nicely with his own 3, Banchero. This is how competitive this man is.
Picked by Gobert. Conley passes to Gobert. Orlando with the rebound. Batadze's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
And I think we're going to see a lot of nights like this from Banchero. He is built to score and never seems to take a play off.
Conley goes in, and he banks in the layup. And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into that play.
As the torch is passed, who's going to take the mantle?
2 minutes.
Orlando leading by 3. Here's Wagner. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Fires the 3. Sinks it from distance. Caldwell Pope's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Minnesota's going 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Here's Garza. Kicks it out to Clark. DiVincenzo on the wing. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Takes the 3, sends it home from three-point land. And now it's a 9-point Magic lead.
And he did that so well in college. Suggs sharing it well in the league, too.
Here's Garza. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Slow defensive rotation, causing a breakdown along the perimeter.
Conley against Caldwell Pope. 51 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Wagner. Back to Caldwell Pope. 4 on the clock. Pass to Wagner. Shoots from 12. He can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 6. Clark left side. No luck on that one. The Magic have gone 7 of 10 here in the second half. And here's Wagner. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Banchero. Banchero delivers inside.
He can play big and tough. I mean, Banchero bangs his way in.
Outside, DiVincenzo. And there's a pick. Puts up a deep 3. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep. And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Paolo Banchero getting it done for the Magic. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. We'll be right back. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. 4th quarter on the court for the Magic. Wagner and Isaac, the duo at forward. Then it's Goga Batadze, then it's Suggs, and it's Black in at the 2. Back to Reed. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Black. Orlando leading by 7. Wagner with a screen on McDaniels. Jacks up a 3. They get the rebound. It doesn't go for him. Minnesota's shooting about 47%. A nice number. And it's Randle with the jam.
Wow, Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
4th quarter still young. Just over a minute played. Here's Suggs. Kicks it out to Wagner. Shot clock at 5. Releases from 15. And he knocks the jumper down.
Assist goes to
Wagner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And a smart feed from Suggs. The defense making it easy, leaving his teammate open. And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
Suggs with a screen on Randle. And Wagner gets it to go. And the Magic lead by 7.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
Orlando making some changes. Wagner's checked in for Batadze. Paolo Banchero comes in for Isaac. And Caldwell Pope is subbed in for Black. Here's Alexander Walker. Outside for Randle. There's the triple. Drains the triple.
Yeah, as a shooter, Randle can be practically automatic. He gets the ball and immediately has a shot cooking.
Now here's Suggs. Tightly guarded. From distance, Paolo.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
If you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Edwards, a pass to Reed. Back to Edwards. Outside Reed. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Banchero. Banchero's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Caldwell Pope, a screen on Edwards. Caldwell Pope against McDaniels. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Outside Reed. From outside the arc. Hits a 3-pointer.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
And Carroll passes to Wagner. Then Carroll the screen. Now Suggs. 4 on the clock. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Timberwolves trail by 4. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Black checked in for Orlando. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He was very encouraging with his guys, saying to them, we are still in this one. Don't give up right now. Get out there and let's grab this lead from them. Guys, let's see if the intensity picks up here.
Thank you for that, Allie. Edwards, a pass to Reed. Back to Edwards. Oh, Edwards with style and authority.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Here's Black. Wagner outside. Nice move. 3-pointer. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
McDaniels with it, defended by Wagner. McDaniels passes to Reed. And the three off target. 2 points here could be the only cushion they need, Grant.
Hard to say. Crazier things have happened in this league.
And here's Wagner. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Wagner with a screen on Edwards. For three, Caldwell Pope. Reed with the rebound. And here's Edwards outside. Oh, he buried the three. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good. And that makes it a three-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 4-point ball game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
And Minnesota calls time here. They trail by 4. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
So a close game here sees Orlando taking this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to... matchup. Both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Now the... Oh, wow! Oh,
Watch out below.
big finish.
Once he takes flight, Green can make some incredible moves in the air.
Edwards, a pass to Reed. Outside for Randall. Outside Edwards. Driving in. Just 5 to shoot. An open look for Reed. Eason pulls it in.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Thompson finds Brooks. Back to Thompson. Down low. Lets it fly. And Brooks with a basket on the assist by Thompson.
A throwback wing. Dylan Brooks is very comfortable working down low.
And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
Now here's Thompson. Eason, a screen on McDaniels. Outside Eason. Back to Thompson. Driving inside.
I mean, just
some.
hard on that one, B.A. That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Randall against Eason. Outside for Randall. Back to Reed. Outside McDaniels. Edwards a screen on Brooks. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Smith, he's checked in for Alperen Şengün. The Rockets have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Here's Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Green doing work inside. Feels like he can score on just about anybody.
Edwards fires from way outside. Kept alive. Outside McDaniels. Edwards a screen on Thompson. McDaniels can't hit. The Rockets have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. And that one's good. Thompson. Thompson's got his second basket on the night.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Randall, the pass to Alexander Walker. Randall, a screen on Green. Here's Alexander Walker. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Green with the ball. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. That shot off. Timberwolves trail by 5.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
He was all alone on that one.
They just look sweeter falling from the corner, don't they, those threes? McDaniels more than serviceable from deep.
Here's Green. He takes it in, and it's hammered home by Green.
That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim.
Now that is some real industrial size strength right there.
Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And yeah, they're excited. And for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
All right, the Rockets making a switch here. Whitmore's checked in.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
Reed. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. The Rockets lead by 4. Now Thompson. 6 points for him. Smith outside. Pass to Whitmore. Shot clock at 6. And the Rockets tack on 2 more.
And you can see Smith has the vision. Now, it'll be interesting to watch that part of his game continue to develop.
McDaniels passes to Reed. Reed sets a screen. McDaniels from long range gets the 3-ball to go. McDaniels got 6.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Let's go with a 3. It's hauled in by Houston. And they're on the run. Thompson with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Offensive rebound. Here's Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Launching off the ground and throwing it down with ease. Boy, can Green get up.
Randall, the pass to Alexander Walker. Minnesota shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Second team foul.
The first free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Outside Whitmore, a 3 off the inbound. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for the Rockets. 8 points in the... And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Houston.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me. Not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Shepard is out there with Dylan Brooks. Then it's Cam Whitmore. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Smith in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Back to Brooks. Eason up top. Smith outside. Just 5 on the clock. Good work defensively by Randall. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Now here's Alexander Walker. McDaniels with it, guarded by Smith. Offensive board. Back to Alexander Walker. Edwards, the pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Edwards. 4-3. Eason pulls it in. On the break. Here's Shepard. And he buries his first look.
Oh, when we talk about the future of Shepard, scoring inside is very important to take his game to the next level.
Edwards drop. Ooh, Edwards with style and authority.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the rack.
Brooks left side. The 15-footer. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Oh, Brooks with the steal. The Rockets, another fast break opportunity here. Here's Whitmore outside. He drops it from range. Whitmore's got 5 points.
Great dime that time by Smith Jr. there. You see the floor awareness really starting to improve.
On the wing, Alexander Walker. Outside for Randall. From the arc. Hits the trifecta. He's got 5.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Eason against Edwards. Here's Alexander Walker. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Getting the ball to somebody ready to stroke it. Selfless play by Edwards there.
And he might not blow you away with numbers, but there's a reason why McDaniels is on the floor so often, Clark.
Hey, B.A., I love his versatility at both ends of the floor. He knows exactly what's needed from him by his team. He gives it to him. He doesn't need a lot of touches. He just plays the game. Love his motor. Love his consistency. He is the epitome of a value utility guy.
Şengün checked in for Smith. And the Rockets making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Randall with it. Now Thompson defending. From 13, Randall can't hit. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They trail by 1. Oh, nice! Big finish! Man!
Tough to slow Thompson down when he's got a lane to the rim like that.
Randall, the pass to Edwards. Randall, a screen on Brooks. Back to Randall. Outside McDaniels. Puts the move on. On the wing, Alexander Walker. 5 on the clock. Outside Reed. Outside, Alexander Walker. McDaniels from long range. It's rebounded by Şengün. The Rockets have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Brooks finds Thompson. Hits a three-pointer. Now it's a 4-point Houston lead.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when you trust his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
Now here's Randall. He's got 5. Outside, Alexander Walker. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch him, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ had did, and he got pretty close to matching it.
And Minnesota with possession here. After the basket by Houston, Conley passes to Miller. Ingles from outside. They grab their own miss. Outside Conley. The 3. Sinks it from distance.
Nice, sweet lefty stroke from Mike Conley. Has really worked on that part of his game.
Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Boy, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Conley looking for an opening. Launches it. Tries again. Ooh, he drains the... These teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got it off in time.
And of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
Yeah, the replay center in Secaucus is providing the officials with the necessary footage to make the call. We're seeing what they're seeing with the best possible angle.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Well, you got to like what we're seeing from Amen Thompson.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Joe Ingles is out there with Miller. Then there's Mike Conley. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Garza in at the center position. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half.
A nice decision from Green that time, showing you the savvy to go to the floater there.
The Rockets went from 22 to 41 wins last year, finishing right at 500, Clark.
Great progress by Houston. Just missed the play-in in the West. They would have easily made that same play-in tournament in the East. A huge step forward for the Rockets, no doubt. And I think it's a team that can sustain that trajectory. Great take from Şengün. Excellent. Probing the defense and finding ways to finish.
Pass to Garza. There's a screen. Clock at 6. DiVincenzo with it. Tate picks him up defensively. The offensive rebound. Here's Garza. And here is Ingles. Here's Garza. Off the mark there with a 3. Pass to Şengün. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Eason's checked in for Houston. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. And Şengün gets it to go. Şengün's gotten 4 this quarter.
Defense on top of Şengün inside, but he uses his agility to overcome it.
Here's Ingles. Pass to Garza to the right side. Here's Conley. Garza passes to Miller. That one drops for him. And Houston has possession. They lead by 4. Here's Şengün. And they pick up 2. Şengün's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Love when Şengün looks to score, especially from the interior.
For 3, DiVincenzo. They get it again. Garza passes to Miller. And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That's his first foul. And Minnesota making a change here. Gobert's checked in. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Smith's checked in. They set the screen. For 3, DiVincenzo. Smith with the rebound. The Rockets lead by 6. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
Hey, sometimes you miss even under the best of circumstances.
The NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Şengün, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperen Şengün out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
Dylan Brooks checked in for Houston.
What a move by Gobert. Closing that open space in the pick and roll.
To the paint. Here's Brooks. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Green's checked in for Smith. And Brooks drops them both.
You have to respect Brooks' approach to the game. He's always looking for little ways to improve and wants every year to be his best.
Gobert with a screen on tape. For 3, DiVincenzo sinks the tray. DiVincenzo's got his first 3 points of the game.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
And it's Green missing.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
The Rockets lead by 3. And it's hammered home by Green.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Just 5 to shoot. Şengün passes to Tatum. Brooks from outside, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Rockets making a change here. Shepard's checked in. Now here's Conley. Defense is right there. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. Shepard, that's good.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
The shot by Conley, no good.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's in there. And now it's a 9-point Houston lead.
Love the energy here in the third. Trying to take control now of this contest.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ballgame right now.
8 seconds left in the third quarter here. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
I know, it just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
With 1 on the clock. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Houston Rockets finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. We've got Green, Jayshawn Tate out there with Shepard. Then there's Alperon Şengün. And it's Whitmore in at the 3. Edwards, a pass to Randall. Fires for 3. Edwards on target.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. And the Rockets going with a whole new group out there. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Well, that was a bomb from Edwards, showing off that deep range.
Here's Green. Ooh, Green wanted those two.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Right side, Edwards. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Randall's got 3 assists now in this one.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
Timberwolves trail by 3. It's McDaniels on the wing, covered by Smith. Reed passes to Alexander Walker. And here's Edwards outside. Offensive rebound. Left side McDaniels. Here's Alexander Walker. They get it back. The kick out to Edwards. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Reed in the post. He's against Smith. Randall a screen on Thompson. Ooh, it's stolen by Eason.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
Thompson in the post. Covered by Alexander Walker. That one's good for 2. And the Rockets lead by 5. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Houston.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
Well, they've also been impressive, forcing a ton of mistakes. Not only that, but converting those mistakes into points on the other end.
So much confidence coming from Anthony Edwards. You can just see it. This is a guy who knows he belongs in the league and is hungry to be great.
Outside McDaniels. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Reed, good.
And finally, after trailing for so long, they've leveled the score late here in the 4th.
And their greatest enemy during that comeback was the clock. But they can finally stop worrying about time and start thinking about how to win this thing now.
Alexander Walker with it. Guarded by Smith. Up top, Alexander Walker. Smith with the rebound. Houston leading by 3. Thompson goes in. Smith outside. Back to Thompson. Smith outside. Pass to Green. Clock at 4. Shoots from 14. Rebound Minnesota.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that.
Randall, pass to McDaniels. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Randall's got 4 assists now tonight.
Save McDaniels, what a moment. Huge bucket there. It's as though Green always has more left in his tank. He digs deep and finds the bucket.
Edwards looking it over. Outside McDaniels. Reed sets a screen. McDaniels passes to Reed. The teardrop to take the lead. Thompson pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And here is Green. Thompson outside. And there's the drive. Reed with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and he threw him off just enough.
And there's the call on Jalen Green. That'll be a second foul of the game. It's Edwards on the wing, defended by Thompson. Oh, wow! A huge basket to tie the game!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was want to. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot. Cold-blooded shot in the clutch. And a big moment right there from Jalen Green.
Here's Edwards. And he sinks it. A huge shot to tie it up.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Now here's Green. Can't cash it in.
Yeah, and you have to try to make some.
And no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use. Look at the call.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
He hits the first one, and that gives him a lead. So he gets them both, and it's a two-point ball game.
Not easy to keep your focus when there's so much riding on those free throws, but that was excellent work in the clutch.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. All right, thoughts on what Coach is going to do here?
I would honestly attempt to get the ball near the rim, because even if the shot doesn't fall, a quick putback will suffice.
And so the big win by Houston in a tight game. And this was an emotional win for them, no doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just
Tip-off goes to Houston. Here's Green and the Houston Rockets starting five. Thompson is out there with Green. Then it's Alperen Şengün. Then it's Brooks. And it's Eason in at the four-man position. You talk about reputations, RJ. Few have one like Dylan Brooks.
I'll give it to this man. He is fearless. He doesn't care if it's Steph, LeBron, his mom, whoever. Dylan is trying to get in their heads. You want guys like that on your side.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now, here's Thompson. Şengün with a wide-open look. And he's good on the three ball. Şengün's got the first 3 points tonight for the Rockets. And it's Banchero missing. And here are the Rockets. It's a three-point game. Thompson in the posts. Here's Şengün. Green with the ball. Picked up by Banchero. Just 5 to shoot. Eason gets a wide-open look. And another three for Houston.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Jamal Mosley. He told me that Şengün won't be easy to contain. He pointed to his passing ability and said they can run their offense through him whether he's in the post or at the top of the key. They add in his scoring, and he presents a unique challenge. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And you like to see this from Brooks, right? No need to fall in love with the jump shot. Give the defense different looks.
A slow start here for Orlando in this one. They need this. Suggs kicks to Wagner. Suggs screen on Brooks. Wagner passes to Suggs. Thompson against Caldwell Pope. Outside, Green. Eason passes to Brooks. Brooks with a screen on Banchero. Houston needs to get a shot off. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
Lets it go with a three. Şengün with the bucket. Şengün's got 6 points.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, the D is looking helpless to stop them right now. They're doing whatever they want to do on offense.
And how about the strength from Banchero, refusing to let the defense stop it.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Rockets?
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Now, Şengün, after the missed three from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Eason passes to Şengün. Snatched away. And now Orlando on the break. Wagner kicks to Caldwell-Pope. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Mo Wagner's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Caldwell-Pope finds Wagner. Back to Caldwell-Pope. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And stolen by Wagner. Wagner outside. Wagner as screen on Green. That's good from Wagner on the assist by Caldwell-Pope.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Eason down low. Banchero's there. Back to Thompson. Pass to Eason. To the middle. Shots good by Green.
The defense gets physical with Green inside, so he uses his agility to get around him.
There's the pick. Here's Banchero. The shake. And finished off by Banchero.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, we'll take it.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
For Orlando, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And the first one at the line is good.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Suggs.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Brooks kicks to Şengün. Out to Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is...
It's good! He did it!
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
He knew exactly how he...
And so it's Houston with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be right back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got him and Thompson. Tari Eason is out there with Brooks. And it's Green. And it's Şengün in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Suggs kicks to Caldwell-Pope. From deep, sinks the three-pointer. Caldwell-Pope's got 6 points. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wembys. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll.
The Magic making a switch here. Bitadze's checked in.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpy's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. Smith checked in for Houston.
Get loud, fans, on the court.
Houston making a switch here. Whitmore's checked in. Here's Green. Smith on the wing. Houston moving the ball around. Şengün, no good. The Magic trail by 7. Inside, and stolen by Şengün. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Now Caldwell Pope. 6 points for him. Brooks grabs the board. Pass to Whitmore. Şengün with the screen for Whitmore. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And here's the fast break. Here's Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Now, here's Şengün. He has 6. Outside, Green. Pass to Whitmore. 6 on the shot clock. In the corner, Smith with it from the baseline. Another miss by Houston. Orlando's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And that's an intentional foul.
Whitmore, first personal foul. First team foul.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out of it. A three-pointer, no good. Rockets leading by 5. Out to Smith. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Isaac.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. Second chance shot. And it's laid in by Isaac. Isaac's got his first 2 points.
And how about Isaac? He just attacks the backboard, especially on the offensive glass, putting that height to good use.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to talk to his guys. For the Magic, Wagner's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Paolo Banchero comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And Jalen Suggs is subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. The Rockets also changing it up. Tari Eason's checked in for Şengün. Thompson comes in for Dylan Brooks. And Shepard subbed in for Green. Pass to Whitmore. Trying to get something going. And Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Here's Black. Tipped away.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Smith. A shot, no good. Great defense that time from Banchero. Suggs in the corner. They set the screen. Pass to Black. Banchero with the ball. Knocks down the 3-ball. Banchero's got 11 points.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. From 20 feet out. And it's Wagner missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there. And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
The Magic making a switch here. And so Thompson nails both of them. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of basketball. To the inside. And finished off by Wagner.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Substitution on the court.
A three off the inbound. No good that time. Amen Thompson, he's feeling it tonight, and he has been the driving force for the Rockets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Amen Thompson has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Wagner out there with Banchero. And it's De Silva in at the three spot. That's the group starting the second half for Jamal Mosley. Houston in the lead. Pass to Şengün. Now Eason. He's covered by Banchero. Houston moving it around. And it's Wagner with the rebound. The Magic shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. And Cam Whitmore picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Caldwell Pope with it. He has 6. Pass to Suggs. 5 on the clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Drains the three-pointer. Suggs has got the lead up to 1 now for the Magic.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
Eason passes to Brooks. Back to Eason. Pass to Whitmore. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Orlando's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Houston on D. They trail by 1. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Off target with his 3.
There are nights where the shots just don't fall. Unfortunately, I know how that feels.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Anthony's checked in for Contavious Caldwell Pope, and Black's subbed in for Suggs. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Eason. Orlando grabs the miss. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Here's Black. Pass to Banchero. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Banchero's got 13 points.
And playing with veteran poise against the shot clock. I like how Banchero handles the pressure.
And timeout is called by EuroCup. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. For the Rockets, Jabari Smith is checked in for Tari Eason. Amen Thompson comes in for Whitmore. And it's Green in for Shepard. Green with the ball. Isaac picks him up. Smith wide open. He fires. Another miss by Houston. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Magic. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Black. Pass to Bitadze. Now here's Isaac. Guarded by Green. Count that one from Isaac. Isaac's got his second basket.
Yeah, I like the concentration there. Isaac showing how skilled he is on the block. Feels like no one can stop him.
Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Smith. Here's Black. Brooks covering. Outside for Caldwell Pope. They set the pick. Back to Black. Pass to Caldwell Pope. It's good. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points.
Yeah, and then knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can have.
Oh, wow!
That is powerful.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Black kicks to Caldwell Pope. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Magic lead by 3.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
High post, Şengün. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. They set the pick. Isaac passes to Bitadze. Back to Isaac. Pass to Bitadze.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
It's his first. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So for the Magic, Banchero's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Suggs in for Black. And a change for the Rockets. Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Brooks. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Rocket 2. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's Şengün. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists tonight.
See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Tari Eason's checked in for Alperen Şengün.
Let's hear it for you. Rocket substitution.
Houston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Basket counts. Thompson's got 19 points.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Eason against Banchero. Pass to Bitadze. Here's Suggs. And nothing is falling for him right now. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Big round of applause for the 407.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. There's Green with the 3. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Houston on top. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this one?
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So on the floor for Houston, Tari Easton is out there with Smith. Then there's Whitmore. Then there's Amen Thompson. And it's Green in at the point. Banchero looking around. Pass to Bitadze. Back to Banchero. 5 to shoot. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Here's Suggs. Basket good.
A strong move by Suggs inside, not allowing the contact to hold him back.
Here's Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now.
And Caldwell Pope, explosive off the floor. He can catch you unawares with his dunking.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Mo Wagner's checked in for Orlando. The Rockets also changing it up. Şengün's checked in for Smith. And Brooks subbed in for Whitmore. Out to Thompson. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Banchero against Thompson. Wagner on the wing. Banchero a screen for Wagner. Pass to Suggs. Kicks it out to Wagner. Up and in on the layup. And that's now 6 points for Franz Wagner.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
And an intentional foul right there.
Second team foul.
Rockets on defense. Caldwell Pope pass to Wagner. Shot clock at 5. Banchero finds Wagner.
Always a threat to score. Banchero, that time with a sweet find.
Thompson right side. Pass to Eason. Thompson looking for an opening. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul.
At the line for the Rockets.
Difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley said to his team. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thanks so much, David. The first one falls. He doesn't get the second one. And the foul on Tari Eason. That's foul number 2 for him. The Magic trail by 4. Suggs looking around.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Wagner a screen on Brooks. Suggs.
And a clever defender. I like seeing Brooks be that pest on this end and just disrupt it.
And it's in there. And the Rockets lead by 6.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
He better get used to these late game scenarios. Banchero getting a nice taste of it right there.
Green kicks to Şengün. Brooks outside. Şengün with a screen on Caldwell Pope. And Şengün throws it down.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
And that one misses. The Magic trail by 5. Suggs with the ball. Now Green defending. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets the coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, onto the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls. Catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
Shoot 2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Pass to Şengün, and he commits the intentional foul. Third on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. And both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
I'm not going to lie, that's big, making all of those, giving them a little bit more breathing room.
And finished off by Wagner.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Green against Suggs. Green taking his time here to the middle. And Wagner over to help. And we've got a timeout called from EuroCup. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared.
Let's get loud.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Şengün passes to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Eason. Rejected by Banchero.
Can't waste any time here.
It needs to be a quick shot, then a quick foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
15 foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
And all eyes on Banchero here. They want to see how he handles some intense pressure. If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a 1-possession game.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock. That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
He gets the first. That gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. 2-possession game now.
Şengün drives in. They get it back. Pass to Thompson. And it's a foul called on Mo Wagner. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
Shooting for Houston, Thompson. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. So Houston wins it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the...
Teams like to get into the half-court stand. They like to play at their pace.
Yeah, and there's not many teams like that anymore, but it's all about the details and execution for these teams to maximize their possession.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point. Now here's Suggs. Pass to Bataze. Back to Suggs. Outside, Caldwell Pope down to 5 on the shot clock. And he converts the layup.
And he did that so well in college. Suggs sharing it well in the league, too.
Now McDaniels. Back to Randle. Randle on the screen. McDaniels from long range. It's rebounded by Banchero. Pass to Bataze. Second chance effort. McDaniels with some nice D. And so Randle will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Wagner against Edwards. That shot, no good. For Orlando, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. How about Paolo Banchero, coach? What a special talent. The first overall pick back in 2022, and then the Rookie of the Year.
Well, Brian, he's not just a scorer. He's a 6'10" playmaker, and getting that out of someone who plays on the front line and can also play as a small ball 5, Banchero's versatility makes him very valuable.
And the playmaking skills Banchero has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
And Kentavious Caldwell Pope picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Outside Reed. From deep. Randle, the pass to Edwards. Shoots. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Back to Suggs. Stolen by Reed. And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter.
Come get it, come get it.
Pass to Reed. Now here's Alexander Walker. Reed, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Alexander Walker with the bucket.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Suggs outside. Count it.
And I like the shot selection. Suggs recognizes when to look to score inside.
The Timberwolves have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Edwards, the pass to Reed. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Banchero the screen. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. And the three-pointer goes.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
Up top, Alexander Walker. Orlando with the rebound.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And everything Banchero does is with aggression.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Edwards looking it over. He buries it from 3. Edwards has got 5.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Suggs. Suggs with a screen on Edwards. Just 4 to shoot. Caldwell Pope for 3. Reed with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, look, you can't let Edwards get this close to the rim because he will dunk it on you.
Suggs finds Banchero. Oh, they get a hand on it. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Wagner's checked in for Batase.
Number 21.
Banchero the screen. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Banchero. 6 on the shot clock. Into the lane. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
He will muscle his way down the lane. Watch out when Banchero comes tumbling by.
Reed can't hit. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A.
Wagner, the pass to Banchero. This one for 3. Randall pulls down the board. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. And here's Edwards outside. Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 10.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Suggs with a screen on McDaniels. Wagner for 3. That shot is off. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. He put together 10 points. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
On the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Wagner, and it's Black in at the 1. That's who's out there for Orlando. Six to shoot. Randall outside. Shoots over Isaac. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. They'll pen that one on Jonathan Isaac. It's his first trip to the line. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Now here's Wagner. Still no points. Good on the shot.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Outside Edwards. Outside Alexander Walker. Reed passes to Alexander Walker. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Wagner. Orlando trailing here. Here's the pick. On the wing, Isaac. He shoots a 3. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. High arcing shot. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Reed. The 3-ball. They get it back. The kick out to Edwards. Puts up a 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Edwards got 13.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
And Caldwell Pope gets it to go. Minnesota's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Reed, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Alexander Walker. And it's Orlando with a rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Isaac. He's scoreless. Count that one.
Possessions that end with close looks, especially for guys like Isaac, those are key to winning games.
Reed sets a screen. Edwards with a step. Uses the glass on the layup. Edwards got 5 points now this quarter.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
The kick out to Edwards. Back to Randall from 10 feet away. And another basket for Minnesota.
Yeah, as a shooter, Randall can be practically automatic. He gets the ball and immediately has a shot cooking.
Pass to Wagner. Wagner with a screen on Randall. 3-pointer. And it's Wagner missing. Wagner with a steal. Here's Isaac. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Isaac's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Now here's Randall. Pass to Edwards. And here's Alexander Walker. Outside Edwards. Shoots over Isaac. Edwards, no good. The Magic have gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Isaac, the pass to Wagner. Back to Isaac. Wagner with a screen on Reed. Here's Isaac. Pass to Wagner. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. They'll pin that one on Julius Randle. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Orlando?
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
Another thing that's gone well for them is the mid-range jumper. It's been falling with ease so far.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Orlando making a switch here. Bataze's checked in. Here's Conley. Pass to Garza. DiVincenzo with it. Here's Garza. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Orlando leading. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Back to Suggs. Banchero with a screen on Conley. Orlando again missing. Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Here's Miller. Rebounded by Suggs. And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Let's go with a three. On target from range. Suggs has got 5 points.
Yeah, good to see Suggs bury the triple. This will only help with his confidence.
Pass to Garza. Conley looking for an opening. Here's Garza. On the wing, Ingles. Inside. Miller, right side for three. Outside Conley. Another shot with some arc. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Magic out in front. They're up by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
On the court for Minnesota, we've got Dante DiVincenzo. Miller is out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Mike Conley, and it's Garza in at the center position. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Orlando leading by 3. Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
Back to Suggs. The kick out to Banchero. The three is up. And again, it's Orlando with a three.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
They set the pick. Conley passes to Garza. Drops in the layup for 2. Garza's got 7 points.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Here's Black. Back to Suggs. Out to the right wing. Batase down low with 1 on the clock. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for 1 more at the line. It goes on Mike Conley. Caldwell Pope's checked in for Orlando. Well, Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
The three from Suggs. Drains the triple. Give him 8 points now.
And not wasting any time here. Suggs is quick on the draw off the catch.
Pass to Garza from deep. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Orlando making some changes. Wagner comes in for Batase, and it's Isaac in for Banchero.
And there's just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
Black's checked in for Suggs.
Now in the lineup for your Magic, number 0.
Now Caldwell Pope. He has 7. And here's Isaac. Miller pulls it in. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. They set a pick. Puts it up. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Ingles passes to Garza. Got it. And it's now only a 5-point Orlando lead.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Pass to De Silva. Back to Wagner. He's off on that one.
Oh, a sensational play. Adjusting in midair to elude the defender, just couldn't finish.
Out to DiVincenzo. Here's Garza. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Back to DiVincenzo. It's rebounded by Wagner. Wagner's got his 4th rebound in this one. We've got 1:08 left in the 3rd quarter. They set the pick. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Black. Shot clock at 5. Here's De Silva. Beyond the arc. Garza grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 5. Ingles with it. Now guarded by Isaac. Ingles passes to Miller. Outside, DiVincenzo. Drills the elbow jumper. DiVincenzo's got his first 2 points.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 7 points in the game, and that one's good.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Ingles passes to Garza. DiVincenzo with it. Pass to Garza. Outside, Ingles. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just in time.
We're at the end of the 3rd quarter, and we've still got a close one. Magic out in front, leading by 3. And 4th quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. 3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. And it's Batadze in at the 5. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker comes in for Conley. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. Coach delivered some inspiration for his team. He said, quote, "We're close. We are inches away from it. Do you feel it? I feel it. This is ours if we want it." Back to you, Ryan.
Allie, thank you. Now here's McDaniels. He's guarded closely. Reed passes to Edwards. McDaniels got room. Good on the baseline, Jay.
Stepping up in the big moment. I mean, an incredible job of finding his shot.
Nice job taking the initiative. Coaches will encourage you to take that if you have a good look.
Here's Wagner. Back to Suggs. Pass to Banchero. Wagner outside. That one goes in. And the Magic lead by 3.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
Randall, a screen on Suggs. Edwards, a pass to Randall. Pat misses. Had a chance to tie it.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
And an intentional foul right there.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
About a minute and a half into the 4th now. Here's Banchero with the drive. Pass to Batadze. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And the Magic making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. Good on the second one.
He couldn't sink them all, but did just enough to make this a two-possession ball game.
Edwards against Suggs. Inside, Edwards lays it in.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Alexander Walker with it. Caldwell Pope covering. McDaniels. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. And so Banchero will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. They've led by as much as 10. Kicks it out to Wagner. Suggs with a screen on Edwards. Wagner, the pass to Suggs. Shot clock at 6. On the wing, Caldwell Pope, guarded by Edwards. Matase can't hit. The Timberwolves have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Reed for 3. That shot missing. Orlando has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. Suggs, right side. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Putting this team on his back. I love seeing Suggs take charge like this.
Outside Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Edwards a screen on Wagner. Randall deciding where to go with it. No good on the 3.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
It's Suggs with a drive, and they go to the intentional foul. Wagner's checked in for Orlando. 1:35 left in the fourth. On the wing, Suggs, covered by Alexander Walker. Wagner outside. 4 on the clock. Caldwell Pope for 3. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 5 rebounds tonight. Oh! Edwards finishes the break.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
And Carroll left side. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Suggs. And Carroll outside. Caldwell Pope against McDaniels. Alexander Walker, the pass to McDaniels. Here's Edwards. Oh! Edwards powers it home.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Caldwell Pope, the pass to Suggs. Back to Caldwell Pope, pass to Banchero. Caldwell Pope, a screen on McDaniels. Banchero. The Magic need to put one up here. Yes!
Oh, no holding back from Banchero. He wants this team to be able to rely on him in these type of moments.
Outside Edwards. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Puts it up off the inbound. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. So a close game here sees Orlando taking this one. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous...
And what? What a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Julius Randle is out there with Reed. And it's Alexander Walker in at the point. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Easton passes to Green, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Reed kicks to McDaniel. Reed with a screen for McDaniel. Back to Reed. 5 to shoot. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Stolen by Thompson. And there it is for him.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
Well, just terrific anticipation to force the turnover and ignite the break.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah.
Oh!
My goodness.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Outside Edwards. Reed finds McDaniel. Back to Reed. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Here's Randle, got a piece of it. And here we go, Houston running again. And it's Brooks. That time on the assist by Green.
Oh, the balance Brooks has is impressive. Able to work through the defense and still capitalize.
Here's Edwards. And blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. Outside, Green. Here's Şengün. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Rockets.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Back to Reed from deep three-point land. Another miss by Minnesota. Rockets leading by 7. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Ime Udoka, and we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So they'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Here's Green, and it's Green slamming it down.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Here's Randle, and Randle throws it down.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randle.
DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randle has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
Knocked away. And that one is stuffed right through.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Edwards kicks to Reed. And Reed throws it down.
Well, unselfish play by Anthony Edwards. Teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
Şengün with the screen for Green. And Green slams it in.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
And the Rockets making a change here. Smith has checked in.
And once the G League took it to another level, Green skipped college, became the #2 overall pick in the draft, and that's really changed the landscape.
Out to Smith. Pass to Green. Back to Smith. Now Thompson. He takes it in. Misses from short range. No one near Edwards. And he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Well, that's the perfect end to the quarter for them.
And so it's Houston bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
They've got Tari Eason. Thompson is out there with Jalen Green. And it's Smith, and it's Brooks in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And the basket is good.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Alexander Walker passes to McDaniels. Back to Alexander Walker. Edwards a screen on Green. Just 5 on the clock. The offensive rebound.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Thompson in the corner. Back to Eason. Thompson outside. From outside, off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 9. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Smith on the wing. Eason with a screen for Smith to the right side. Outside, Green. Clock at 6. Eason finds Smith. Eason, a screen on Randall. The shot's good from Smith. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Şengün's checked in for Tari Eason. And Cam Whitmore's subbed in for Brooks.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And that one's good, Whitmore.
Always a bonus when points come from unlikely sources. And you can see this guy's been working on that shot.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David.
Well, if you're Julius Randle, sprint the floor and get an easy one.
You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And Reed throws it down.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them, thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Here's Whitmore. Misses, and he wants that one back.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And once Green gets the ball there, not much you can do defensively.
Edwards dishes to Randle. Randle with a screen for McDaniel. Back to Randle. And it's Edwards, top of the key. Pass to Reed for the three. It's rebounded by Houston. They've held a 12-point lead early. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Anthony Edwards. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
At the line for your Rockets.
The first free throw is good. Brooks checked in for Houston. Shepard comes in for Jalen Green. And so he hits both. 27 seconds left in the first half. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Brooks covering. Miller with a screen on Brooks. DiVincenzo passes to Miller. DiVincenzo against Smith. The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
Always helps to get these kinds of looks, right? Super easy to convert from that distance.
Here's Şengün. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Şengün's got 4 points this quarter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so it's Houston going into the break with a 10-point lead. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. We've got more in store for you right after this.
You're thinking about the shot.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Well, guys, what can you say? Jalen Green, an impressive effort here today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. We've got Conley. Joe Ingles is out there with Miller. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Garza in at the 5. Conley, the pass to Garza. Rockets with the rebound.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Pass to Brooks. Out to the right wing. Houston moving it around. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
And I like how Shepard keeps things simple. When he notices someone on his team is open, he is more than happy to move the ball.
Conley with it. Now defended by Şengün. From outside the arc, Garza gets the bucket.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Şengün passes to Easton. Rudy Gobert, who's checked in for Minnesota. Clark comes in for Joe Ingles.
In for the Timberwolves,
Pass to Şengün. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game.
DiVincenzo. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Now Whitmore. He's covered by Clark. The three goes back up. Out to Brooks. Here's Whitmore. Defended by DiVincenzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Whitmore missing. Timberwolves trail by 11.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Houston making some changes. Smith checked in for Şengün. And it's Thompson in for Tari Eason. And a change for the Timberwolves. Garza's checked in. Here's Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Out to Miller. And stolen by Whitmore. It's Brooks on the wing. Thompson outside. And Thompson throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Poked away. They double team Conley. Here's DiVincenzo. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
There's a reason Mike Conley's teammates love playing with him. If you're open, I promise he'll find you.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Tate, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. Whitmore, fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
What a fighter. Whitmore was determined to get that to go.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Thompson. Free throw good, Whitmore. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 16-point game. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Here's Edwards. Pass to Reed. Back to Edwards. 1:29 left in the third quarter of the game.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's Whitmore. Offensive rebound. Shepard with the ball. Whitmore with it. He's got 9. Here's Tate. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Timberwolves trail by 17. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by McDaniels.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Here's Shepard. Defended by Alexander Walker. Smith, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the foul on Jae'Sean Tate. That is his first foul of the game. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Houston making a switch. Green's checked in. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Well, It's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Pass to Reed. Over in the corner, Randall. Up top, Reed, covered by Smith. Back to Alexander Walker. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Rockets leading by 17. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now, Whitmore. His three-pointers off the mark. And now Minnesota on the fast break. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
4 seconds left. And that one's good, Whitmore. And that's 11 points for Cam Whitmore. For three, Edwards. And so it's the Houston Rockets out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Jayshawn Tate. Green is out there with Whitmore. And it's Green, and it's Smith in at the center. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Nice move. Here's Edwards. A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
Well, Anthony Edwards with that frame on the interior, such a tough check.
Green kicks to Tate. Outside, Green. Back to Tate. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Houston with a big group substitution here. Şengün's checked in for Jabari Smith. Tari Eason comes in for Jeff Green. Brooks checked in for Whitmore. And it's Thompson in for Tate. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. Now, he heaped praise on the defense. He said, the pressure's great. I love it. Keep making them make mistakes, guys. It's working. He thinks they're on the right track here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Down low. Randall dishes to McDaniels. Randall with a screen for McDaniel. No good on that one. Rockets leading by 18. It's stolen by Edwards. Outside for Randall. Back to Edwards. McDaniel sets a screen for Edwards. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And the turnover again by Houston.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
Randall finds Alexander Walker. Edwards with it. Brooks covering. Reed with a screen on Brooks. Fires away from way outside. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Green in the post. Defended by Alexander Walker. Shot by Eason, no good. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. McDaniels. They get the rebound, and Randall throws it down.
Well, you see Julius Randle attack the offensive glass, get to his second chance opportunities. That's really well done.
On the wing, Green. Defended by Alexander Walker. Out to Thompson. Stolen by McDaniels. Reed with a screen on Şengün. McDaniels against Green. Kick by Randle. 6 to shoot. Fires from way outside. Şengün with the rebound. Houston leading by 10. Thompson passes to Green. Back to Thompson. There's the drive. And Thompson throws it down.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Here's Randle. Pass to Reed. Over in the corner, Edwards. A beautiful reverse layup. Edwards got 7 now in this quarter.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
Green kicks to Şengün. With the teardrop, and it's laid up and in by Thompson. And the Rockets lead by 12.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Houston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Rockets.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Amen Thompson.
Boy, his activity really stood out to me on the defensive end. He harassed ball handlers, came up with steals in transition. You had the feeling guys were looking over their shoulder, worried he was going to pick their pocket.
Reed with a screen on Green. Alexander Walker passes to Reed. With the drive, and he converts the layup.
Reed.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Thompson. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. And the Timberwolves with possession here. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by Green. So we see Houston taking the W here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean...
teams. My attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. On the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Paolo Banchero is out there with Goga Bitadze. And it's Suggs in at the point guard position. And Şengün gets it to go.
Love when Şengün looks to score, especially from the interior.
Here's Orlando. Outside, Caldwell Pope. No good on the triple. Thompson against Suggs. Thompson passes to Şengün. Back to Thompson. To the paint. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Brooks finds Green. Clock at 6. Back to Brooks. And he buries his first look.
A throwback wing. Dylan Brooks is very comfortable working down low.
After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
Banchero passes to Bitadze. Back to Banchero. Bitadze with a screen. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Yeah, there's not much Banchero can't do in the pick and roll set. He's comfortable as the roller or with the ball in his hands.
And it's Green missing.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Suggs outside. Pass to Bitadze. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Thompson passes to Green. Now here's Şengün. Launches a three. And another miss by Houston.
Defensively, you pick your poison. That time, they gambled off the right guys.
And Wagner gets it to go.
Attacking right away. Once Wagner has the ball, he doesn't even think about it. Take it and go.
To the middle. Here's Thompson. Will it go? And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
Just taking it right to the rim. And no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Kicks it out to Wagner. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Count the basket. Wagner's got 5 points.
Wagner will battle you inside now. He's not afraid to embrace and even initiate contact.
Clark, we know how great Wagner is offensively. He's a plus defender as well.
You know what? I think he takes great pride in being a versatile, high-level defender. I mean, he focuses on that and gives great effort there. Offense comes relatively easy. He's got a great skill set, good size and mobility. But the defense is where he's really focused on excelling, and he's doing it.
And here we go. The Rockets in transition. Here's Brooks. That one's good. This game is all even.
Yeah, the moment the fast break starts, Brooks is out in transition, and that hustle gives him the edge.
Suggs, the pass to Wagner. The three. It's rebounded by Şengün. The Rockets have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them.
Yeah, just showcasing his athleticism. When Brooks gets open space around the rim, he looks to throw it down with authority.
Here's Bitadze, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Şengün.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
He's off on the second. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. Thompson finds Easton. Caldwell Pope against Thompson. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Can they get it? Going inside, and the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. That one on Şengün. Orlando shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
Whitmore's checked in for Houston. On the attack, Green. Thompson in the post. Guarded by Vaccaro. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Launches it from deep. Orlando again missing. Here's Whitmore. Green, the pass to Şengün. Houston shooting their first free throws tonight.
Personal foul. At the line for your Rockets, Alfred.
No good on the free throw.
2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first. Got it off in time. No good. Would have counted had it gone. Amen Thompson. He is feeling it tonight. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
We've got Cam Whitmore. Amen Thompson out there with Green. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Shepard, he's checked in for Thompson. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
The Rockets shooting at a very efficient 67%. And it's hammered home by Green.
Launching off the ground and throwing it down with ease. Boy, can Green get up.
Wagner up top. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Back to Caldwell Pope. Banked it in off the glass.
Yeah, cashing in close. Caldwell Pope showing you there. He's more than just a jump shooter.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Here's Black. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Houston in the lead. If you look at rebounding rate, Tari Eason is one of the best in the NBA, Clark.
Yeah, you think about rate, it basically looks at what percentage of rebounds do you get while you're on the floor, and Eason is prolific in terms of boards per minute, uses his 6'8" frame well, and he's gobbling up rebounds at well under 1 every 3 minutes. That's a lot of heavy lifting there, folks.
Here's Shepard. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Knocks down the triple.
Shepard is good at measuring the defense. He knows his passes are coming his way if he has space to shoot.
Down low. Here's De Silva. The rebound by Shepard. Houston leading by 5. On the wing, Green. To the inside. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Smith, he's checked in for Alperen Şengün. Now here's Green. Smith outside. Orlando with the rebound. Banchero in the post. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
And this is why you must push Banchero out of the paint, or else he'll slam it all over you.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Houston making some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Eason, and it's Dylan Brooks in for Green. For Houston, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. To the middle. And slammed it home, and a foul! A chance at another point at the line. That one on Banchero.
And this is what Brooks loves to do. Attacking the defense and scoring right on them with the foul.
And Brooks no good on that one. Here's Wagner, and he drives in, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
And he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
And so they foul intentionally.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And there's 1:38 left in the half. Suggs with the bucket.
Boy, I tell you what a well-designed play, executed beautifully, too.
Here's Shepard. Smith outside. Brooks outside. Pass to Shepard. Back to Brooks. Nice D from Wagner.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
Here's Banchero. Using his size. Banchero gets by inside.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
Thompson in the post. Working on Banchero. Brooks finds Smith. Drills it from deep. Smith's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Got a piece of it. Back comes Houston in transition. Here's Whitmore. De Silva with the rebound. Magic trail by 4. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
There's some heat from Banchero now. He brings that ferocity. We know he's got an inferno raging in him.
Takes it inside.
He put some rage into that one, B.A.
You're telling me.
Treated the rim like it stole something from him.
To the wing, right side. Ooh, Banchero with the touch from deep.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile score. That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Down low. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. The Rockets on top, leading by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Paolo Banchero with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Pretty much the entire first half, he was dominating down low, piling up a ton of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
So for Orlando right now, Wagner is out there with Suggs. Then it's Goga Bitadze, then it's Paolo Banchero, and it's De Silva in at the 3. Back to Whitmore. It's rebounded by Banchero. Orlando trailing here. Right wing for the lead, De Silva. Back to Suggs. 6 on the shot clock. Banchero with a screen on Brooks. Here's Suggs. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. It's going to go on Cam Whitmore, and this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising. An effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
To the paint. Here's Brooks. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And the first one at the line is good.
You have to respect Brooks' approach to the game. He's always looking for little ways to improve and wants every year to be his best.
Isaac, he's checked in for Orlando. Caldwell Pope comes in for Wagner. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. All right, the Rockets making a switch here. Şengün's checked in, and this is his second attempt at the line tonight.
And what I like about Suggs is that he does many things well, and that's because he plays with so much confidence. A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Here's Suggs. Caldwell Pope finds Isaac. Caldwell Pope against Eason. Here's Isaac. Orlando again missing.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Brooks, the pass to Şengün. Lays it up and banks it in. Şengün's got 5.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Suggs. Got a hand on it. Outside Whitmore. Pass to Eason. Back to Whitmore. Here's Şengün. Back to Whitmore. Orlando with the rebound. Grant, soft touch, but hard nose. That's Reed Shepherd.
Yeah, B.A. His shooting alone makes him a pro. But his tenacity, toughness, and commitment to his overall game give him a chance to make him a star.
Isaac, right side. The Magic need to put one up here. The shot's good. And the Magic lead by 1. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
Pass to Shepherd. Inside. Here's Whitmore. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Whitmore's got his second bucket of the night. Now Suggs. Outside, Caldwell Pope. No good with the triple. And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Houston will go for a different look here. Smith, he's checked in for Şengün. Thompson comes in for Eason. Tate's checked in for Whitmore. And Green is subbed in for Shepherd. On the wing, Brooks. It's Tate on the wing. Pass to Green. Caldwell Pope against Brooks. Picked it out of midair. In transition, the Magic on the run, and he commits the intentional foul.
Shot, Tate. First personal foul. Third team foul.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Back to Caldwell Pope. It's good, off the glass. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go. Neither able to land the knockout blow.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, like when Thompson goes in strong like this. I mean, just forcing the defense to act.
Houston shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game. Cole Anthony, he's checked in for Orlando. Both free throws good from Thompson. 1:09 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Isaac. The kick out to Banchero. Isaac outside. Back to Banchero. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Isaac's shot is off. The Rockets have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
Black passes to Banchero. Connects from downtown. Banchero's got 14 points.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
An underrated part of Green's game is the ability to see the floor and make his teammates better.
These are his first free throws of the game. And he knocks down the first one. Wagner's checked in for Isaac. And he makes both free throws.
When you're the #1 pick, like Banchero, the expectations are through the roof. But Paolo is well grounded. Got his feet on the ground, head squarely focused. He's embracing the challenge and meeting it so far.
Thompson, no good. For Orlando, they've gotten 5 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Banchero cleaning up the fast break.
In transition, Banchero already knows to turn on the Jets. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense to catch up on him at all.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Shepard.
9 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Green going at the D, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's gotten his second bucket on the night.
He's having a good night from the field. Now, I know the defense is really keen in on him, but they need him involved if they're going to pull this out.
That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And we're... All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession in this way. True team basketball.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4.
Timeout.
Green out there with Jabari Smith. Then it's Jalen Green. Then there's Jayshawn Tate. And it's Shepard in at the 2. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And the Rockets will go for a different look here. Şengün checked in for Smith. Eason comes in for Green. Whitmore's checked in for Tate. And it's Thompson in for Shepard. Let's check in with our reporter.
Oh, my goodness! Anything in the bag on that one.
Yeah!
Bring it home. Send it in. Throw it down.
Houston foul. Jalen Green. Second personal foul.
Here's Caldwell Pope.
Excellent defensive instincts leading to the quick reaction.
The 3 from Banchero. Pure from three-point range. Banchero's got 21. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Pass to Whitmore. Back to Green. And it's Green pushing it home.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
The three from Banchero. And again, it's Orlando with a three.
You know, I know some would like to see Banchero increase his shooting range, especially since he doesn't have a solid shot from behind the arc.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Win or lose, this is the fight you want to see from your players.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Wagner for three. Offensive board. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Here's Suggs. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on Amin Thompson.
Nice, smart play that time by Suggs. Used the pump fake to get the defense off balance.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Rockets trail by 4. Green finds Thompson. Back to Green. Thompson outside. Outside, Green. Pass to Eason. Back to Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
The kick out to Banchero. 6 to shoot. Caldwell Pope against Green. Caldwell Pope with a drive. And there it is for him.
He's a scorer at heart. I mean, that's the essence of his game. The clock ticking down, KCP steps up and delivers.
Pass to Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Green's got a full toolkit now, which makes him unstoppable at times.
Caldwell Pope for 3. Nails it from 3. And the Magic lead by 5.
Nothing like being assertive and aggressive in critical spots. KCP coming through for his team.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Brooks, he's checked in for the Rockets. Here's Green. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth. Here's Thompson. Orlando grabs the miss.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
Here's Wagner. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Good decision that time by Wagner, taking it straight line to the rim. The defense had no chance to stop it.
Thompson passes to Şengün. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
When the stakes rise, you need guys who will step up and rise with it. Nice play by Şengün.
Wagner's checked in for Bataze. Şengün, no good on the free throw. Outside Eason. Shot clock at 6. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. That ties it up. Thompson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
A confident shot from Amin. I mean, when he trusts his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
Back to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Suggs from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün. Big possession. They have a chance to take the lead.
It'll be interesting to see what they run. Caldwell Pope showing us excellent timing there, using his length well on defense.
And that's an intentional foul. Suggs outside. Wagner outside. Pass to Wagner. And here's Caldwell Pope. Takes a 3. Oh, nails the triple.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
And stolen by Suggs. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. "19 seconds left to play in the fourth. Clock at 6. Money.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Green with the ball. And so Orlando takes the win. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hustle.
Let's go.